Right, here I am, back again. It's report time, I suppose, on how we've been getting on. Um, Timmy and I absolutely exhausted yesterday and today. I don't know whether it was the adrenaline rush of getting that truck going, but I was shattered yesterday, and I hadn't got any energy to do anything much. It's a great time though. Anyway, we've been looking, and this blog thing is definitely taken off. I've been looking at numbers today, and as you do. And the first one I had, we did, which was when I looked around the yard and I showed you all the rubbish and the grot and that. We had 750 views for that, which I thought was pretty good because it's only spread it between friends, and didn't know I got that many. And then, of course, we did the Nuffields the next day, and a few more. I couldn't believe it. A few more. We hit 1,000 on that one. And then we went to the Fordsons. Well, I did share that one amongst the Fordson clubs on the Facebook, and we had 1,800 views on that. And then yesterday for Timmy's truck, not yesterday, Friday. Well, actually, it was yesterday by the time I put it up. 1,400 views. So it's certainly caught his imagination. We had some marvellous feedback, got fantastic photographs and everything. Because I couldn't get the thing on in the morning, it wasn't until the morning I got it on. So I mean, there could still be some more coming yet views, but it was quite good because Timmy obviously didn't get the chance to see it, and he turned up here on Saturday morning, and I'd only just put it on, so he didn't know what was happening. And I went down the village to the shop, and I saw his sister down there, and she was over the moon that she'd seen it, and various ones said how good it was to see the truck down there, and didn't he do well. And so I came back, and we set the iPad up in the workshop and kept a reasonable distance, and I played it, and I got him with that piece at the end. It got me as well, really, but it choked him up. I suppose he started thinking about his mum and his dad and one thing and another, and he had to walk away. So that was a bit of a result, really, but it was good, really good. It got me as well. I'm a bit teary now, look. But it was a big achievement. His family were pleased to see that he'd done it, and because I hadn't realised it, they haven't seen him. He's been 7 weeks shut away, and it's quite a thing, I suppose. Christina said, "Oh, thanks for looking after him." I said, "Well, I haven't looked after him that well," but it was great. Look at that. Can you see that? That's sweat. So, anyway, I'm rambling on a bit now, and that's stupid. Now, I also put up yesterday Ken Baisley. A lot of you will know Ken Baisley. He's been a mate for years, really, or not a good mate, but I've known Ken. We did a lot of work together up at the Shire Horse Centre. Did a lot of big earth digs and stuff like that. And Ken used to have a lot of kit. He got bulldozers and swing shovels and big dump trucks. And when we were doing an earth shift out there, because he'd go and I wouldn't say I drove a dozer, but I drove the dump trucks, and it was good fun. And did all the we want a bloody great hole there, 4 acres across, and Ken would do it. And anyway, in 1999, he had enough of it, and he sold out, and he went over to Canada, back to he's a farmer at heart, really. He's always been farming. He had a farm at Retallick. His dad had the farm at Retallick, but they've always played with plant as well. And Ken went to Canada and settled there, and he's picked up on these blogs and well, he's contacted me quite a bit and said how he enjoys it and seeing about the old tractors. And he said he collects tractors himself, and so he said he got Oliver tractors because they used to have a Oliver 90, and that was one of the first tractors he drove. So I said, well, why don't you why don't you put something up? Anyway, yesterday he did, and he also did a bit of a tour of his place. So I linked that to my thing last night, and 500 views. You know, people were interested, and quite a few comments about, because Ken went to his row of tractors, and they said, you know, we want to see the tractors. We want to see the tractors. Well, Ken had sent me the stuff for the tractors, but it was actually 6 different little films, which was a bit challenging to put up. But anyway, I've put them together, and I think it makes sense. I've had to look through it, but because they're extracts, they overlap a bit, and there might be more tractors. You know, it could be the same tractor coming up again. So when I play it in a minute, when I play it, you know, just bear that in mind. But it's quite interesting because there's me here. I've got all these tractors, and I've had to put up sheds to keep them in, and you know, bloody rust will get them. Don't matter where you put them. You know, you've got to really care for them and chuck oil, not oil, but just make sure they're looked after. And Ken's are all stood outside. You know, whole row of these fantastic old tractors, 50, 60 years old, and not a shed roof over them anywhere. No brambles around them. You know, what's the matter with them? How can he possibly keep a tractor like that? But there's some lovely stuff there, and he's actually got some. Well, they're all Oliver tractors, and because that pleases Steve Davis, because he's got some more to have some sexual fantasies over, because he's got one. But you know, that's good. So he's into the green stuff as well as the orange stuff. But we, you know, like to keep everybody happy. Anyway, as I said yesterday, I think that we've run the George's Tractor Day, virtual Tractor Day, to the end of its course. But I've quite enjoyed doing these blogs, so I'm going to do some more. Don't know quite what form to take it in. I mean, the chatty style seems to work. Everybody seems to like that. So we will continue with that. And I was having a mooch yesterday, and you know, I do some people would say stupid things, some of the stuff I build. And so I thought I might try and link those up and show you what it is. I've certainly got a couple of odd tractors which could be interesting. Some of you know about it. You know, John Fordson has been at rallies many years, but there's a bit of a story behind it. So, you know, maybe you don't know why it's such a shambles of a thing, but it was an actual fact. John Fordson, it's I'm not going to go into the full details, but just very briefly, it's built out of all spare parts, but it started with a tractor that I bought off Timmy for spares, and it came from Baisley's, and so it's a tractor that Ken Baisley probably drove. I think it actually finished up with his uncle David, but anyway, it lives. It still lives. It's got a different engine and quite a lot of different stuff on it, but I might show you that one fairly quickly, and then we can get that out of the way. It certainly won't be today. Anyway, I'm going to show you Ken's tractors now. He's got some nice kit there, you know. If only we could play with stuff like that in this country. I can see why he's gone there, but he's got quite a big garden, 5 acres. It's a farm in a lot of places, but Ken's got a 5-acre garden. But, you know, good for him. That's what it's all about, isn't it? So he's gone very Canadian, I've got to say. Surprised me. And Ken will be watching this. So, Ken, boy, you've got to get some of these Cornish roots back, because you can hear it. You do slip back into Cornwall occasionally. But and what's a 5-bottom plough? 5-bottom? What does that mean? Got 5 arses to it? Talk English, man, when you're talking to us. Anyway, I'm going to stop now. I've rambled on enough about this. I will come back and talk again after this film's over, and then decide what to do after that. So, enjoy.
Hello there, everyone. For those that don't know me, I am Ken Baisley. I used to live in St. Column Major, Cornwall, England. We moved to Canada in 1999 and farmed for 20 odd years at a place called Ituna. We sold that 3 years ago and moved into the city. or the White City, which is on the outskirts of Regina. And I've settled here now, sort of retired, semi-retired. So what I'll do is just show you around a little, the shop, and work our way up through to the tractor run and give you a look at everything. A tractor that's been made up, it's got a Fairbanks Morse 3-horse motor on it. It came out of a circus in the United States. It used to have a couple of carts on the back, and it was used for pulling, they say it was pulling the tigers around, but I don't know. I've got no photos of it, but that's that little guy. And then we're coming out of the shop here. That's my truck there I use for picking up tractors, hauling them, whatever. Doing some jobs. And right here I've got what is an Oliver sulky plow. It's a horse-drawn plow. And it plows both ways. It can go over the field and then come back again. It was made in 1915. And it came out of the original Oliver plow works, Chilled Plow Works in Charles City. They're walking up the road here. I've got my oddball tractor here. It's a Case Industrial. It starts, runs good. It's around 1946. 4-cylinder petrol engine. And the tin work is really good on it. Real good shape. And then walking up the yard here, I got a couple of bobcats I use for little jobs around. A little Traco and a skid steer. Now we come to the parts tractor department. This is an Oliver 88. The engine's stuck, but we're just using it for parts. And on the other side is an Oliver 99. And I've used a lot of parts off that one. And then walking up the yard here, we'll get to the top end where I got most of the tractors lined up. Here's my trailer there. I can haul up to 3 tractors at a time on that with the truck. And then there's a dump trailer there for dirt or whatever. There, and right here I've got a 1946 clay track, Oliver clay track. It was still made by Oliver at that time. They bought out clay tracks in the mid-40s. And that's a little crawler. It runs. And then right beside of it, I got an Oliver 3-bottom plow from the 50s. That's in nice shape. And then coming across, I got my little row of tractors. We'll just run down through them. I won't keep you too long. The first one here is a 1936 Oliver Hart Power 70 6-cylinder petrol engine. Runs, starts, and goes good. Needs a lot of work doing to it. Some tin panels missing and whatever. And then right beside of it is a nice little Oliver 70, 1946, 6-cylinder gas again, or petrol. I got truly Canadian with my gas, but. And then right beside of it is a nice little Oliver 70, 1946, 600 gas again, or petrol. I got truly Canadian with my gas, but. This tractor was bought new about 200 kilometers north of here, but I finished up buying it from Vancouver, which was 2 days drive each way to go and get it. 1,700 kilometers, something like that. That goes good, really good. And the next one to that is a nice Oliver 80 standard. This one came out of Fargo, North Dakota, the USA. It was in a barn down there, stored for quite a few years. And I put a carburetor kit in it, a few little jobs, changed the oil, and away she went. That goes very well, very good. And right next to that one is one of my favorites, of course. I drove one like this when I was 5 years old in Cornwall. My grandfather Jack Paisley had a Oliver 90. He came over during the war on lease land. And this one here is a 1945 petrol TVO. When I bought it, it was seized. But we got her freed up, done some work to the head, and it runs good. And the tin work is excellent on most of the tractors. The tin work's good. Right next to that is a Oliver 99, which is a similar tractor to the 90, but it's just a high compression gas 4-cylinder petrol engine, a lot more horsepower than the 90. This one I had to put rims on the back, new ones, or not new ones. We refurbished some rims, put all new tires on it, done the motor, they've done the cylinder head. There was a bent valve. And got her running. She's running good. This one's a 1951. Rims, put all new tires on it. Done the motor. They've done the cylinder head. There was a bent valve. And got her running. She's running good. This one's a 1951. And the 90 is a 45. This one here is an Oliver 99. They made this one for 1 year. This model. It was a four-speed transmission with a new style front and the 6-cylinder diesel. It was only made in 1953 for 1 year, and then they went to the Super 99. So, and this one, runs good. I brought it about 100 miles from here. I found that one. Next to that one is a Oliver 77, 6-cylinder petrol again, around 1948, 49. Needs a bit of work to paint to it and whatever, but it runs good. And next to that one, I got a 1958 Oliver Super 88, 6-cylinder petrol again. Nice tractor. It did have a loader on it when I bought it. I got rid of that, and she runs good. Now I come to the little guys. There's an Oliver Super 55, very similar size to the T20, 3.8, around 30 horsepower, 4-cylinder petrol. Around, like it's a 1955, this one, somewhere's in there. And right next to it is a 1959 550. This one I had to put new back rims on. They were eaten through with the calcium in the water that they put in the back wheels over here. So, just a little more horsepower than the little Super 55. 1959 550. This one I had to put new back rims on. They were eaten through with the calcium in the water that they put in the back wheels over here. So, just a little more horsepower than the little Super 55. This one's about 35 horsepower. 4-cylinder gas, just the same. That one's a nice little tractor. Then I finish up with my, this is the first Oliver I bought actually. It's a 440. They made them for roughly for 1 year. And most of them were sold in California for the market gardens and stuff. It's got a little 4-cylinder Continental gas engine, petrol engine. 3.8 belt pulley. There's also a lift in the middle of the center of the tractor. They run implements right in the center underneath for going up between crops. And this one is in real nice shape. And yeah, that's the story of my lineup. And they go right back over around. Thank you very much for looking, guys.
Well, what do you think of that then? That's a bit different, isn't it? It's lovely lot of tractors, and as I say, it's certainly got some kit there. I was quite amused by Ken's pickup. Christ, you could stand our trucks in the back of it, and his trailer, you know, a little Life of Williams trailer. I can only put 3 tractors on it. Bloody hell! Anyway, that's the way to go, and a 2-day trip, or 2 days each way to go and pick a tractor up. I thought I did some distance, but Ken, you beat me hands down, boy. When I went to Scotland, I thought it was a long way for a tractor, but it didn't take me 2 days to get there and back. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. I mean, it's good seeing Ken again, and you know, I hope he'll come back with more now, because I'm sure the feedback's going to be good on this, because it's different, isn't it? You know, and there's a Cornish boy over there with all those tractors, and you know, it's just nice to have a bit of comparison, I suppose. But anyway, that's it from me today. Really, I don't know when I'm going to do it. I've got my other important things to do, like the parish magazine now. I've got to get that out of the way, and but I'll try and get something up at least once a week, and we'll see how we get on. You know, if I get excited, I might do more than that, but we'll see. And it is important. You know, the feedback's important. You know, I want to know what you thought about tonight, what we've done here. If that's the sort of thing you like, that's great. If you don't like it, you know, if you just want it, well, when I say don't like it, if you want to just see the rambling tales of Taylor, then that's fine. But it's nice to link in other stuff, and you know, maybe I can enthuse other people to have a go. It's not easy, you know. You think you're making a complete bloody fool of yourself when you get in front of a camera, and you probably do, but you know, if anybody wants to take the mickey out of it, say, well, come and show me how it's done, and they soon shut up. So keep sharing, keep. I want to get it onto YouTube, because that way, and I'll tell you the base of it is, if you get enough followers on YouTube, you know, they will actually give you a bit of money for it, and I quite fancy earning a bit of money at these tractors, because I've done it a lot now, I can tell you, but. And we can do all sorts of things. We can talk about rallies. We can talk about. You might even get a bit of steam in it. You don't know. I don't know. It depends how it goes. I don't want to think this is going to be take over the world, but it certainly could be good fun. And you know, we get Timmy involved a time or two. If I can keep him under control, it should be good. He's definitely keen to do more of his stuff. He's had another tractor out today and been chugging around the yard on it. He's got a standard Ford you didn't see. He's got a nice old one. I think that one's about 1938, and so it's nearly as old as the truck. Lovely old standard Fords, one of the first early ones, I think, and got underslung exhaust. And I knew he was. I could smell it. You know, the paraffin. I could smell the paraffin, and he's. In fact, I did take a little film of it. I might put that on there as well. I'll do that as a closing. Anyway, that's it from me, and I'll see you directly.